And we're live.
Oh,
Good
yeah, we are.
morning, everybody.
Good morning, baby.
I have to get used to not talking over you or interrupting you like I do in normal
That's fine. You can
day to
interrupt me.
day.
These microphones can take it.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it's confusing for the listener and kind of annoying.
Uh, you know what? I think when we're together, it's not that bad. When we'll have somebody else, like let's say a guest on computer, then with the small delay
Mm.
that the internet, then it really becomes like a different flow. But here you can interrupt me.
Oh, okay. So I have this really bad habit of trying to fill in what the other person is saying. So basically, trying to finish their sentence. And I know that I've done that my entire life, and for me, I've always kind of caught on to it. And I'm like, oh, Allie, like you shouldn't have said that. Just like wait till the person finishes what they're saying. And Gab's the first and only person who's ever really pointed it out to me before. And so I'm trying to be a lot more conscious of that habit because I know it can be kind of rude too and annoying,
I don't think people are annoyed.
but
Um,
it's rude, no?
it's like a little game that you play with yourself that you want to guess the end of the sentence, and when you have it right, you're like, I can see you. You're like, ooh.
It's because I want to seem smart. So if you're talking and I get to finish your sentence and I like predicted what you're saying, it's very satisfying because I feel like the other person thinks, wow, like this girl really knows me. Like she's wow. And I'm just like, I know. Like I get what you're saying. I've totally been there.
Well, with me, it's different. It's just because I stopped talking. I'm like, go ahead. You have something to say, baby.
Not just that, but he says like he pauses and laughs and then he said, "Yes, that was it. That's what I was going to say, but it totally wasn't." And he just makes fun of me for it. And but when I do get it right, he gives me stickers,
Yes, no,
metaphorical stickers.
in your little agenda.
Yes.
Uh,
But yeah, so I'm trying. I feel like this exercise actually, doing videos on YouTube is it's good. It's a good exercise for me to practice not doing that.
you
So
can
I'm
continue.
more
It's
patient.
it's okay. It's
Yes.
okay. But yesterday we set up like a little thingy, and we played the video games for the first time,
Yes,
and you become another person.
I can be competitive. I'm not a sore loser, but I'm a sore winner. So if I'm winning, I like to keep riding on that train. But I love playing video games with you.
What's the Dr. Mario song?
Uh do 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 do. I love Dr. Mario and I can play it for hours.
I'm more of a Tetris guy. Like
It's the
Dr.
same
Mario is,
thing,
it's
kind
kind of
of.
the
It's more
same thing.
fun.
Dr. Mario,
Yeah, because you have like the little creatures, they're like laughing at you, and the music is funner.
yeah, but like turning the things, it's kind of like buggy in a little weird way. I can't never like turned it the proper
He's just
amount of
saying that
time.
because he's not great at it.
Well, I
You
did beat you.
won by default a few times, only by default, not because you actually won.
No?
No,
Okay.
I think we should play again tonight.
Yes, well, now that we have like a setup and a big TV, that I'm down to play. And that my book was recommending actually playing Tetris before you go to bed. Can you believe?
I find that so interesting.
Yeah, somehow there's data. They say like you need to check the screen lighting. It has to be not too like luminous in your eyes.
Well,
But
I don't.
there's a guy who said that in Tim Ferriss's podcast and then book, and looks like he had a degree in something. Like he looked like a university teacher or like researcher. And there's good data. I don't know, something about the brain trying to like
I
place
could see
things.
that. It's kind of like those brain games, like Luminosity. Do you know that company?
No.
I always saw commercials for them on TV. luminosity or brain games to help you, you know, prevent, well, to help you keep your brain young and healthy, pretty much. But I don't think that our TV passes the screen test.
No,
No.
I no no. It's first of all, it's way too big. Oh my god, the TV is huge. Because I said to David, like, I want a big TV. You know, everybody has TV. Like, my last TV was when I was 20 years old. I've been spending 20 years with just like computers.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. I want something on the wall that I can clicky click with a manette. And then he was like, okay, there's 54 inches or 60 inches. I'm like, 60 inches. That there's one that's 64. Yeah, that's even better. We ended up with 75 inches.
Ay, ay, ay. It's huge. So definitely maybe need to invest in some blue light glasses.
Maybe not, but in the settings,
Yeah.
I found like I put the chaleur, the heat of the light,
The temperature.
the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I put it as like warm as possible, so as yellow as
Okay.
possible. I don't want blue lights in my life anyway. So but playing Dr. Mario was fun, apart from the fact that I won by default.
Yes.
But I'll practice. If you want to play Dr. Mario with me, you're on.
I absolutely do. And I'd love to get more of the old school games, which I don't know if on that device we can. I know we can just get a Nintendo Switch, those like new
That we
little
can on that
games,
device.
because I'm a fan of the old school games. Mostly Mario. That's what I love. Mario 1, 2, 3, and Star Tropics. I don't know if you guys ever played Star Tropics, but that was also my game of choice. And it was one of those games where, each level was a different world and you had to like go in a little village and talk to people and get clues and stuff and then pass levels. And I remember when I was a kid and we got it, my mom used to stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning playing, and she wouldn't let us play. It was an obsession in our home.
We can definitely find it. But right now we have Super Mario on the Super Nintendo, the fun one, the best Mario they did. And we have Mario Kart. I'm a Mario Kart guy.
Yeah, Mario Kart's fun, but I'd like Dr. Mario better. I mean, there's only so much like driving around that you can do. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
I'm down for a little Mario Kart.
But you like the new Mario Kart with all like the new crazy like graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
Yesterday you're like, "Look, there's a monster."
There's one that is crazy, like it's a hill and it's a ski slope. So it's not like you're running around, it's just you're basically going downhill a ski, so it never repeats itself.
Okay.
They're so creative. Like Nintendo, I gotta give it to them. Like everything is kind of like playful and funky. They're in the clouds, but somehow
Yeah,
there's like not only
makes it
monster,
fun.
they're cute little monsters, and it's fun. And it's like we watched the documentary High Score on
Yeah.
Netflix, and
We have to
turns out,
finish it actually.
yeah, that's true. Turns out Nintendo is like a eight like 1889 company who was producing card. They've been around for a long time.
Mhm.
What a pivot they did.
My god, yes. But I learned so much in that documentary about Nintendo. First of all, I didn't know that it started in Japan. I think all like the
Yeah,
Nintendos and Segas and all that stuff was like Japan
it's a big,
based.
yeah, it's like the story of video gaming is
Yeah,
going through Japan.
and learning a lot about how they came up with the ideas and the characters. Like Kirby, for example, was based on a lawyer who was did the case against, I think it was Nintendo versus Sega. I can't remember. It was Nintendo versus Sega or one of the other big gaming companies, and the lawyer was named Kirby, and he had won that case, and so they decided to create a game in homage of him, and it was Kirby because his last name was Kirby. What else did we
He
learn?
also was kind of fat and like with like pink
Big
cheeky,
cheeks.
like, so they put
Mm-hmm.
like a character like all fat and
Yeah.
pink.
What I
uh,
also thought was cool was that when Nintendo came out, they had the Nintendo like gaming help centers where they had agents, or I don't know what they would call them, gamers. They must have had a name. I don't remember what it is. And it was like a helpline. So you'd call in and then you get one of these agents and you talk to them so that they can help you get through the game. And I mean, this was like before so much technology and such. And they had these binders of papers and papers and papers that were had like hand drawn maps and stuff of like all the levels of the game. So they would like be flipping through this binder looking to help these people that were calling on the phone, be like, I need to pass like the gate of clouds to get to level 9. How do I do it? And these people that worked there had to memorize all the games like inside and out, also with the use of that binder. But I find that fascinating and stressful.
Yeah, that must have been a crazy job. Like, I am stuck. There's a sun.
It's like, oh my
Imagine our moms calling there. Like, oh my God. I would have wanted to kill myself. Like, where are you? Which game are you playing? Games?
oh my god. How do I reset? There's like only 4 buttons on the controller at
Oh
that time.
God.
You know what other game was super fun? Duck Hunt. Did you ever play that one?
That was the gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we played for a while, but then we noticed that if you like put the gun very close to the TV, you can kill all of them, and then the fun was gone.
What about the one with the hand? Was that Sega? That wasn't Nintendo. That glove that you wore? Or am
Ah,
I?
yeah, right. I don't think I played the glove. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Nintendo,
I don't remember.
but I was from South Shore of Montreal. Like, no, not much money in the village, so
You didn't have the glove. I
nobody
didn't
had the. I
either.
didn't even have the Nintendo. I had to go play at a guy who had a Nintendo. We were all there, so no gloves in Marieville. No, that's a joke. But I don't remember like playing with the glove.
There was also Mario Paint. Do you remember that?
No.
And Mario Music in the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was so fun. I remember I only had one friend who had Super Nintendo, so we would go and do Mario Paint, which is basically a painting game, and Mario Music, where you had music notes and you can make like a song and bounce on all the notes or something. That was fun. I haven't seen that one around in a while.
Well, now with the
Yeah.
emulators, they're called. It's like a little software that allows you to play old school video games. We can download and find
Mhm.
anything we want. I think right now there's a Mario Kart contest kind of brewing up. I am the instigator of it because I want to know what's the pecking order in the village Mario Kart. Now I've been beating my friend and his daughters for the last like all her life, basically. But now she beat me, so she's above
Mm,
me in the pecking order. And then him maybe too because he has a Nintendo since forever and I haven't practiced much. Played against David, he beat me. Pretty sure I
mhm.
can beat you. That
Probably.
yeah.
In Mario
And
Kart, yeah.
then we'll have to see like because she has a boyfriend and he beats all of us probably. But I want to take the same Bonham and the same card, see if he can beat me then, because maybe he has like a good Bonham, and
But
a
he
good.
probably has the inside trick. So you showed me a few YouTube accounts. I can't remember. It had a weird name. What was it called?
Summoning Salts.
Summoning Salts?
Summoning Salts. It's a YouTube channel that creates kind of documentaries about the highest scores and the let's say the fastest laps or the like, and these things are fascinating because
Incredible.
some people found like hacks on some games and then they were beating the score like let's say like every 2 weeks for a year, and then the high score just stayed there for like 10 years. And now these guys, they're streaming themselves on Twitch trying to beat the record. So now the records that are shown are live. So the guy is just like trying and trying for years. And one time he succeeds,
Wow.
it's like half a frame that he has to click at the proper
That's
time and be
crazy.
lucky. There's also a documentary. It's called The King of Kongs, and it's about the high score in Donkey Kong, like the original one,
Mm-hmm.
where you have Mario climbing up ladders and Donkey Kong is throwing barrels. And that game is super hard and super fast.
Oh, I remember that one.
and like the high score, like people have been trying to beat that high score for years. And in that documentary, there's a guy who was kind of like, he was like a Top Gun, beat like did high scores, then didn't want to play anymore. He was like, I have the high score. And there was a guy like more, like he loved Donkey Kong, wanted to beat his score, ended up beating his score, and then the other guy sent a videotape. I kept on that tape, but now it's time to release it. And after the documentary, like the old internet got like kind of like involved in that, and they found that the bad guy in that documentary cheated. They went and analyzed like the audio track, and you could see cuts.
Oh shit. So
He was recording and
uh
editing a tape back then of him beating the
yeah.
score. It's crazy, but it's like a whole thing for them. It's their life. Like they're like athletes, like 8 hours of Donkey Kong every day for like 10 years. And then you can,
That's insane.
yeah,
Nintendo athletes.
yeah, it's kind of that.
That's what Kirby won. I remember I think it was that. It was the whoever made King Kong, whatever the production company was suing Nintendo for Donkey Kong, saying that they stole the idea from him.
But then it was King Kong. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
remember.
then Donkey Kong
Was
won,
different.
baby. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's throwing barrels and
He's
not like
throwing
buildings.
barrels. Yeah. And no, but there was that other account that you told me about. Maybe it was Summoning Salts, where they analyze like frame by frame Mario Kart tracks and all the hidden crazy like pivots and tricks that you can do. It's actually insane the amount of time someone has to spend like playing the game and analyzing the game. It's just insane. For any like average player, you wouldn't notice these little things, but once you they're pointed out to you, you're like, holy shit. How the
Well,
hell did you find that?
yeah, like, but to be honest, it's a teenager hobby because, like, as an adult with a job, who has the time, to play 8 hours, analyze frame by frame? Oh my god! But a 30-minute documentary of it, last 20 years old of that, it's fascinating. Go
Mm-hmm.
check it out. YouTube, Summoning Salt, summoning to summon
To
someone.
summon someone, yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty fascinating world. But I was thinking yesterday. I was like playing a little bit. Then there's other games that I can try, but most of them they're not fun right away. They're kind of like you have to learn a bunch of
Mm.
things, and I'm like,
It's too
nah.
much brain power.
Well,
Like
that's
you
not
have to
why I
invest
play.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I'm an adult now with a job, so there's no time. So I will focus on Mario Kart. Now I'm all the way down in the pecking order in the village. Like kids are beating me. Like my friend is beating me. Like David's beating me. I need to go up. So I will maybe
You're
practice
in
a little.
training.
Well, I'll practice 10 minutes per day. A little Grand Prix, and then we'll see if Mikael can stand his position. So I named him.
Speaking of video games, have you ever played? I can't remember if we already talked about this. The the video games that are advertised on Pornhub.
I've never, yeah, the like you
You will
will
come
come
in
in
20
5 seconds.
seconds.
No, I never.
And it's like an image of this girl. She's like a secretary at work or something, and she's got huge boobs, and she's just being like pounded from behind. Ah, ah, ah,
It's
ah.
like a
It's like
second, a
so.
second animation looped.
I'd be curious one day,
Well, we can check them out.
especially if it's like a choice game or something, so it like it stops and then it says you have, I don't know, you're in the room with him now, and you must choose which sex toy to be fucked with. You choose the what's the purple paint? Yeah, it's called purple paint.
Purple Pain.
Or I don't know, like 10 meters of anal beads or something, and you have to pick which one.
I like your style.
Ah,
Maybe we could code a video game. Yeah, tell me.
so I don't know if you've ever seen on Netflix. This came out a couple of years ago. That documentary. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was the first show on Netflix or ever, I think, where it was one of those choice games. Did you ever watch it? So it was a whole
Yes.
series, and in each episode, you like there would be a question, and then
Yeah.
you have to pick which option you wanted, and then it would go to that option. And I remember at the end, I think we had tried to rewatch it and like pick all the other options, see like what the outcome was, and it was the same outcome, but you got there in like a weird, fucked up, different way. I can't remember exactly, but did
Yeah.
you watch it?
Yeah. It was a bird something. No, like I don't remember the title, but I watched it. I played it.
Was it a Black Mirror episode?
Mm, I no, I don't
Okay.
think so. It was like a thing coded, and then it's like a well, dad, blah blah blah, and what do you want to say to your dad? And then you had four
Yeah.
options, and I remember that I watched it and I finished it pretty early because I was choosing the option that. Are you really sure you want to do
Yeah.
that? Yes, like do the gory, like non-traditional weird thing, and but yeah, like then people made like a graph online to see
Oh, I
how
never saw the graph.
yeah, like a flow chart,
Okay.
like how to get to the end. um it was like interesting because it was kind of the first. It was a high production, like a les livres dont vous êtes le héros, remember?
Yeah, where
Yeah,
you have to pick a page, go to
yeah.
page
If you
9
fight
and
the monster, go to page 300. If you don't
those were
fight,
so much fun.
I couldn't like really just I couldn't really follow. I was too like, nah, I want to read there, and then see like and then it wasn't for me. But I thought like the concept was cool. It was the same concept on a Netflix high production TV series, but there has been no other really since, which lead me to believe that it was the since it was new, but I don't think people like that very much.
I think there's one coming out soon. I have to check this out and I can let you guys know next time we're live. But I remember seeing an ad somewhere that they were creating some kind of a similar concept to that, maybe with some different features on Netflix again coming soon. It was like the first of its kind. But I really have to check my sources to confirm that information. But yeah, anyways, they're trying a lot of different stuff these days. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I think down the road, when you watch Netflix, you're just like, entertain me.
It's like, are you still watching? Click yes.
Just loop me stuff until I'm dead. Oh my
Pretty
god!
much.
But like, there's theories out there that Netflix is dead and YouTube is the new thing. To which I gotta say that down the road, I think like they will never go away. High production, like scripted and actors things. But when you see what like the Kardashians number do, like just follow me around with a camera or just like podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think like Joe Rogan's podcast has 10 times more viewers than CNN. You're like, what? Two guys
Damn.
in a room with two microphones. And then it's like an entire production with planes and helicopters and reporters and stuff. And people are like, you know what?
Well, I think
Fuck this.
people are interested more these days into what real people have to say.
Yeah, I think so
There are a lot
too.
of really interesting people in the world, and YouTube is such a well, it is the platform to show that.
Yeah. Well, look at
Yeah. I
what
mean,
we're
hopefully
doing.
people think we're interesting. I don't know.
Well, if I look at the numbers from your channel, yeah, people think you're interesting.
Oh.
They don't want have nothing to do with me.
I made a
Tough luck.
specific
I'm here.
I made a point on Patreon. I don't know if you read the I can't remember where I wrote it, if it was in the tiers or in the welcome notes for the tier where it's just like olives and orgasms and Gab and Ali in English. I wrote saying Gab said that I should have my own tier specifically because you guys probably don't want to get many updates from him. So we're trying to filter that out as much as possible.
Which I think is true. I may be able to beat you at Dr. Mario one day, but the YouTube game, I will never be able to.
I
Look
don't
at your
know.
hair.
I
You're
think
so beautiful.
I think that when all the nerds and the techies and like the mentees discover you online, they're just gonna say, Gab, Gab, Gab.
So talk to me about our Patreon now. Like you started a Patreon.
Yes. So when I started Olives and Orgasms, like 7, 8 months ago now, someone had, well, a few people were like, oh, you should start a Patreon and, do this and do that. And I was like, I don't know. They're like, yeah, like people should be paying for this, don't give it away for free. Can't remember what that expression is. Don't give the milk or don't give the milk away for free. I don't know. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. So
Don't give the milk and cheese and
there's,
butter.
yeah, there's some expression about milk and cows in the farm. So I started one and I overpromised all this stuff. I was like, okay, like tier one is going to be this. And then I'm going to have like a Discord and then I'm going to film lives and it'll be like Q&As and it'll be extra content and this and that. And I think like week 2, I was saying to myself, holy shit, like this is a lot of work. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with this. I don't have time to film regular content. How am I going to film extra content? So not too long after I had a few subscribers, I changed the Patreon to keep it really, really, really simple. I took out all the extra stuff except for audio erotica because I told myself, audio erotica, that's pretty easy to film. Like, I don't even have to do video. I can just talk, it's audio and tell a sexy story about one of my experiences. And I'm going to test that out and see how I like it. And I did a few. And so there was that I was offering, plus the Patreon feed, which is, basically like Instagram, but for Patreon. So you post pictures and videos and stuff like that. And sometimes I was consistent doing it every day, other times not. And I remember you making fun of me, and every post I would write it, hey guys, it's been a while. And you were like, stop saying that. Stop saying it's been a while. And I was like, well, I feel bad because I'm not posting as much as I should. And it's hard for me to keep up with. And I'm really grateful for the loyal subscribers that I've had, because one of my tiers is just general support. Like if you enjoy my content, if you want to support me, you have my undying love and gratefulness for forever. So thank you for all that subscribed and that are still subscribed and support me. But now that we've have these channels together, we decided to pivot the Patreon and do one that's combined. So with all of our channels together. And we're going to see how it goes. So we have a bunch of tiers. Some are, for Olives and Orgasms and Gab and Ali in English. Some are for all languages because I'm not sure if you guys know, but we also do Gab and Ali in French and in Spanish, which are really fun to make. And, because we live in Quebec too, so we live in a bilingual province. So that's why we do French as well and Spanish, well, because we speak Spanish and we want to continue learning Spanish. And we do spend a lot of time in Latin American countries. So yeah, and Gab has his personal channel, which is all about like business, techie stuff, software, financial things, like,
Yeah, it is basically behind the scenes of what we're doing right now.
yes, and
So
the other businesses as well,
yeah, the cameras and the setup and the YouTube and the software that we use to broadcast and whatever we use to manage the hotel. So it's more like a school of entrepreneurship kind of,
which
but
was always your dream.
well, after having dealing with sheets and bricks and stuff and permits and cities and grants and banks, and it's, oh my god, can I please have something that once you record and you put out there, it's out there forever and you don't have to clean it or pay insurance on it.
Yeah, and you have a lot of experience and knowledge to share.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so now our Patreon is basically a big mishmash of all this stuff. So every tier comes with like a bundle access to different channels that we have. So you can choose what you want to listen to, and most of it is early access to the content and access to the lives that we do, so that you guys can have special VIP access to engage with us one on one. So, we're hoping down the line that you guys will be in the lives, we'll chat together, we'll get to know each other, ask questions. Gab loves questions. So, he's an open book. He loves
Yeah. Pick
answering
my brain.
shit,
Yeah.
weird shit,
What
just
do you want to know?
anything.
Ask me anything. AMA.
He'll have an answer for you, I am sure.
Well, if I don't, I'll be honest.
Yes.
I don't know.
So that's it. We are merging our channels, life, content, everything together in one. And if you guys like us, check it out.
Yeah, we basically have like options. An option is just to support us. There's an option to get the videos, the high quality videos, before they go public on YouTube. An option is to get access to the lives and then the video before everybody else. And then the last option is my little Osler University 2.0.
Don't call it Hustler University. Is that what Andrew Tate's
Yeah,
school is called? It's
but
not like that, guys.
no, it's not. But I do get the glasses. I can be the bad guy.
No, you're not the bad guy. You're nicer than him.
Whatever.
Is he still in jail?
I think he is in Romania.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he's in trouble. I think like the bad guy persona is like was funny for people who watch wrestling like me. It's
Yeah.
like, he plays the bad guy. Come on, people. It's not true. But then, like, I think he police. They are like, yeah, whatever. You
Yeah. He's
break
like,
the
no,
law.
guys, I'm really not like this. It's like, yeah, okay.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's. But I'm pretty excited about our Patreon because we
Yep.
kind of figure out a way to give access to the Patreon, like cool things to them, access to the live or access to the video, without having to produce extra content.
For now, anyways.
For now, which is like, let's be honest, like we're producing content in our
So
own
much content.
in our own individual channels
Mm-hmm.
and channels together. So that's a lot of content. So producing extra content on top of that, that would be kind of like I don't think we would be able to deliver. But
Yeah, I mean, we don't know where it's going to go, and it might and probably will evolve with time.
oh, it will for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that the way that we set it up, like by giving early access to the same content, basically, or like access to the live, it's a pretty good way to um, to do it.
Yes.
And I hope that you guys will join.
Check the link below this video and you can check it out.
Yes.
And, we're always open to feedback too.
Yeah.
Like we keep saying, this is a new journey for us. So we are learning so much every day as time goes on. Gab is racking his brain every day trying to get the studio set up, all the technology. So special shout out to him for figuring out all our processes. I'm making a point to do this because yes, it is important to acknowledge, but also we had a little bickering match before filming this because he is fed up of being the only one managing the complicated stuff.
I'm sorry, baby. I was a little cranky.
Do you feel better?
Yes, I feel better.
Okay.
But you don't manage that. You're a diva. You arrive and you take your microphone. 1, 2 test. Like, this is not. I said without pulp. Anyway, that was like old school gaming,
Love it.
Netflix, YouTube, and Patreon updates. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great.
Thank
Thanks, guys.
you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.